Hi folks, welcome again to the channel. Juan here from Physical Media EU, and today we have a double feature review, in this case Kogonada's film After Yang and Columbus. Hello again and thanks for tuning in for another review. As I was saying, today we're gonna review the two movies from Kogonada, After Yang and Columbus. And it's actually the first time that I'm doing a double review in this channel, in this case grouped by the director. But the main reason for that is also because these two Blu-rays are like pretty basic releases. And in the case of After Yang, I got this one a couple of years ago. I never made a review because it was just such a basic release. But now having two of his movies, I think it's worth doing it. Before we start with the review, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in Blu-ray reviews and other topics related to physical media collecting. And additionally, you can also find me on Instagram, which has the same handle, Physical Media EU, where I post photos of all the items that I review. So be sure to check that one out as well. Now, with that said, we can begin with the presentation of these two. Let's begin with Columbus, just to follow the release order. So here is the cover, and this is a UK release, and it's a combo DVD plus Blu-ray. And as you can see, there's nothing too special about the release other than the clear case maybe. Here is the spine, and of course there's a lot of reflection on this one, so I apologize for that in advance. But in case you don't know the movie, Columbus is a movie from 2017 directed by Kogonada, who is a director that was born in South Korea but grew up in the United States, in the area of Chicago and also the state of Indiana. And in fact, this movie takes place in Columbus, Indiana, and not Columbus, Ohio. And it is a very beautiful drama, in my opinion, a movie with great cinematography. The lighting and the framing of the movie is very beautiful and carefully set, that it doesn't too long to realize that you're looking at something special. But I think the first time I watched this movie, I felt that it was maybe a little slow, but at the same time the movie looked so nice that my focus mainly was set on that. And after some time I got to watch the movie again, and while I still found it very beautiful, I could focus a little more on the story, and I liked the movie even more after that. With that said, several years after, I finally got my hands on this Blu-ray, which has been sold out for a while, so I'm very happy that I got it, and I got to watch this movie again, now at home in Blu-ray. And as expected, it looks super nice as well. Now, on the other hand, there's also a DVD, as I mentioned here, and to me, DVD just like I think I just can't watch DVD anymore. It's just like I think the difference, especially with Blu-ray, is so big that it just doesn't work for me anymore. But I kept on giving it a chance because I hear in other reviewers, other channels, some of them keep saying that modern DVD actually look good. I have to disagree with that. I think just like there's so much difference with Blu-ray that yeah, to me DVD just doesn't work anymore, and that makes me wonder a little bit, what's the need of these Blu-ray DVD combos? They are not that rare, and I understand that DVD is like the predominant physical media format, but for someone that has a Blu-ray player and buys a copy of the Blu-ray, it's like the DVD makes no use. I understand that in some homes you might have one Blu-ray player in a room and maybe an old DVD player somewhere else, but I think what is actually happening is the labels maybe trying to squeeze a few extra dollars from the sale by adding an extra disc here. But in my opinion, the DVD doesn't actually add anything to it. Now we can continue and take a look at the inside of this release. As you can see here, this is the Blu-ray disc, and then here is the DVD. And this one also has a little booklet, very little, as you can see, so only just a few pages. Here's one side and the other, and it has an interview with Kogonada. It doesn't have anything too special, but of course this is always very welcome and much better than nothing. Now moving on to After Yang. Here is the cover. This is a movie that came out in the year 2021, and if I'm not wrong, there are only 4 editions of this movie, one in the US that is just like this one but comes with a slipcover. And then there are 2, I think, in France, which is actually a combo of these 2 movies, Columbus and After Yang. And one of them is in Blu-ray and the other one on DVD, but it has the same cover, which is kind of like a collage of Colin Farrell's face and also the poster of Columbus. I think it's very bizarre. I don't think it looks good at all. So the only benefit is that it has two movies in one. But then there is this fourth release, which is from Netherlands, and it's a very basic Blu-ray release, which has only subtitles in Dutch, which is not great unless you are from the Netherlands. But since the movie is in English, I didn't care too much about the subtitle language. Now, if we take a look at the back, here you can see that it is written in Dutch, even though here, for example, this quote from the LA Times is written in English. Now moving on to the inside, here is the disc, and if I remove the disc, this is the art on the inside, which actually looks quite nice, I think. And sometimes, depending on the case, I like to take and put this art actually on the outside in cases where it's just a plain photo like here. In some cases, I think it can look very nice, especially if the release also has a slipcover, so when you have it on the shelf, you can still see which movie it belongs to, but then when you take it out, it has a photo. I think it looks quite nice. Now, a thing to mention about this release is that unfortunately it doesn't have any kind of bonus features. Well, the other one of Columbus doesn't have many either, only has a trailer, and as I always say, it doesn't really count, but this one doesn't even have a trailer. So that's a little sad, because probably in both cases this could have a very interesting behind the scenes featurette. Now, talking about regions, this is from Netherlands, as I said, so one would expect that is region B, but on the back it doesn't say anything, so this one is probably multi-region, although I couldn't try it in other regions other than Europe. On the other hand, the Columbus one is multi-region, as stated here on the back. It supports region A, B, and C. And about this movie, it is a sci-fi drama, which is a very interesting combination of genres, I think. And it takes place kind of in a near future, kind of like, I don't know, could be 15 years from now, 20, something like that, which to me makes it very intriguing. And just like Columbus, this movie is also very, very beautiful and well made, even though the cinematographer that Kogonada had for these two movies is a different person. So in my opinion, both movies very recommended, very beautiful and very interesting. But if I have to choose one, I would stick to After Yang. Being a sci-fi movie, it is more down my alley. And lastly, I have another thing to show regarding After Yang. If you watch my channel, you might remember that I have already reviewed the After Yang soundtrack on vinyl released by Mondo. This is a very beautiful release. Let's take a look at it very quick, but the full review is up here in the corner if you're interested. This one I ordered directly from Mondo when it came out, because definitely I didn't want it to sell out and miss on it. So you can see here is a bifold, only a cover on this side, and now on this side there is the record and also this booklet. So let's take a quick look at the record. In this case is normal release, just black vinyl. There was a color one which was dark green or something, but unfortunately that one sold out before I could order. But I'm still quite happy that I got this version. Here is the first page of the booklet. Looks super nice, I think. And also the soundtrack of this movie is something that stick in my head for such a long time after watching it. It's a very beautiful booklet. Here has an essay written by David Sims. If you want to read this more in detail, I suggest check out the full review for it, and also on Instagram for the detailed photos. And another thing that kept on my head about this movie is that intro scene when the characters are dancing on a video game. That's a very cool one. If you are interested in just that, you can find it on YouTube. Just search for After Yang dancing scene or intro scene, whatever, something like that. I'm sure you can find it there. It's very good and sets the tone for the movie. And that's all for the review. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Remember also to check on Instagram for little photos of these Blu-rays. And lastly, I would love to hear from you on the comments if you know Kogonada, if you have watched these movies, and if you're looking forward to his 2025 movie that is just a few months from now in May, which will have Colin Farrell again and also Margot Robbie. So at least myself, I'm very excited about it. Again, thank you so much for watching, and see you all at Okie Dogs.